You better not think you'll get to rest during the holidays.
Karen, I already declined this request.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm just giving you a reminder.
I appreciate the heads up, but as I mentioned before, I won't be able to help.
Our house is the main family home, so we'll have lots of guests. How can the daughter-in-law not help?
I completely understand the tradition, but my situation is different this year. I just gave birth 3 days ago. My body won't be recovered in 2 weeks.
Is that your excuse? This is why young women these days are so disappointing.
I'm following my doctor's orders for recovery. It's not an excuse.
Doctors these days coddle new mothers too much. Back in my day, women got up immediately after giving birth to do housework.
Medical knowledge has advanced since then. We now understand postpartum recovery better.
Are you calling me old? How disrespectful!
Never mind.
That's right. You should think before speaking to your mother-in-law that way.
Just so you know, medical professionals say women who've given birth experience trauma equivalent to a car accident. Don't you think it's a bit harsh to expect someone in that condition to work?
Car accident? You're being so dramatic. All you did was give birth.
All I did? Do you have any idea what my body went through?
Every woman goes through it. You're not special. Anyway, you need to prepare food for 30 people.
30 people? You never mentioned that many before.
Well, the guest list grows every year. That's family for you. That's final. No more complaints.
Karen, let's think this through. Everyone knows I just gave birth. What will your relatives think if I'm slaving over meals instead of caring for my newborn?
They all think like I do. They'll think you are a dedicated daughter-in-law fulfilling your duties. Everyone understands that the main family's daughter-in-law works harder than anyone.
I doubt that. Times have changed since you were a new daughter-in-law.
Not in our family, they don't.
In fact, Uncle Bob sent a card saying I shouldn't worry about showing up and should rest instead. He even included a gift for the baby.
Uncle Bob? He would never say that. He's traditional, just like me.
The card is sitting on my counter. I can send you a picture if you'd like. And Nancy called specifically to tell me I don't need to listen to anything you say.
That can't be true. Nancy's famous for tormenting her daughters-in-law.
I was surprised too. She said she's been reflecting on her behavior lately. I guess she's had a change of heart. Think about it. If I'm working while recovering from childbirth, who will everyone blame?
Me, obviously.
Exactly. You don't want to be seen as the villain, do you?
Of course not. My reputation in the family is important. But still, tradition is tradition. You can't just ignore it.
The era you grew up in certainly treated women differently. You must have suffered quite a bit yourself.
I really did. My mother-in-law was absolutely terrible. She made me scrub the floors the day after I gave birth to Tyler.
That sounds awful. I'm so sorry you went through that.
So you see why it's important to follow tradition?
Shouldn't we break that negative cycle now?
What do you mean?
If you suffered, why make me suffer too? Shouldn't we create better traditions for future generations?
You might be right. I never thought about it that way. Wait, I almost fell for it. You're lying about Bob and Nancy, aren't you?
Ah, you caught me.
I knew it! How dare you try to manipulate me? Our entire family consists of people who live to torment their daughters-in-law. Nobody would sympathize with you.
I see.
Anyway, you have 2 weeks to recover, so start making shopping lists and recipes for 30 people.
2 weeks isn't sufficient recovery time according to my doctor.
You'll be fine. Start cooking on December 30th, so you'll need to pull 2 all-nighters.
All-nighters? With a newborn who needs feeding every 2 to 3 hours?
Bring the baby with you. I'll look after her while you cook. Make sure you eat well to keep up your strength.
You realize I'll barely get any sleep. That's impossible.
Nothing is impossible when you put your mind to it. This is your first New Year's as part of our family. I can't tell everyone my daughter-in-law is useless. Think about my position.
I am thinking about multiple positions here. Yours, mine, and most importantly, my baby's. Just so you know, your son agrees with me. He's also crazy about our baby, even though she's only a few days old. I don't think he'd allow this.
Ha! My son knows better than to contradict his mother. Tyler has always been such a good, obedient boy. Just manipulate him.
I don't manipulate my husband. We have an honest relationship. That lie would be obvious immediately.
You're missing out on valuable married woman skills. Just make sure you're here. Got it? It's past noon on December 30th. Why aren't you here yet? I told you preparations start today or we won't finish in time.
Oh, is it the 30th already? The days blur together with a newborn. You did say that.
Then you should be here. I've been waiting since morning.
I never said I was coming.
What? So you haven't done the shopping either?
Nope.
Are you serious right now? I told all the relatives my daughter-in-law was preparing an amazing feast. What are we supposed to do now? There's no way we'll finish in time.
I'm sorry you built expectations without confirming with me.
Are you telling me I have to do the shopping and preparations myself?
You could always order catering. It's not too late. I wouldn't say you have to, but I was hoping you would.
How dare you! You're abandoning your duties as a daughter-in-law. Don't think you can remain part of this family.
That's a rather extreme reaction to me prioritizing my health and my newborn.
What does Tyler say about this?
I haven't told him anything.
Why not? Are you hiding things from him?
No need to hide. There's nothing to tell. Because I'm sure he agrees with me. We're planning to have a quiet New Year's celebration.
A quiet celebration? That's not how our family does things. Do you think my son's wife can get away with this?
This isn't about getting away with anything. It's about making reasonable choices. I think I already am, and I'm acting accordingly.
My son would never approve of this behavior. I've never had a daughter-in-law who wouldn't listen to me. You'll regret this.
I hope we can move past this and have a positive relationship someday.
Hey, did you promise my mom something? She called me really angry. I'm still at work and really don't need this.
She's upset that I'm not helping with New Year's preparations. Did she explain why I can't? She wants me to prepare for 30 relatives coming over for New Year's.
Yeah, she mentioned that. Is that really such a big deal? Mom said you promised to help and then backed out.
That's not what happened. I never agreed to it in the first place.
Well, you'll have to help her.
Excuse me?
It's important to my family.
I just gave birth to our child. Doesn't that matter to you?
Our family gets packed during New Year's. It's a tradition. I remember Mom crying in the kitchen every year saying she was scared of the holidays coming.
That does sound difficult for her.
Yeah, it's been tough on her all these years. Dad never helps much. I know it's tough, but I need you to understand.
And knowing that, you still want me to go? Do you realize what you're asking of me?
It's been what, 2 weeks since you gave birth? You should be fine. My cousin Sarah was back at work a week after giving birth. You're cooking normal meals at home, so it's the same thing.
Wow. First, I'm barely managing to heat up the meals your sister dropped off. Second, there's a huge difference between making a sandwich and cooking for 30 people.
That's a bit dramatic, don't you think?
That's not it. I'm genuinely upset. I thought you were a loving husband. A good dad who would help with the baby. I've truly felt that way these past weeks.
Thanks. I am trying my best here.
But that feeling just completely vanished.
Why? What did I do?
Prioritizing your mother's traditions over your wife's health and your newborn's well-being. I can't believe you don't understand why.
You're not making any sense. Did I say something wrong?
If you have to ask, that's part of the problem.
Look, just help my mom this once and I'll make it up to you.
Fine. I'll handle your family's New Year's celebration.
Great! I knew you understand. I'll be there too and can help with the baby.
got to be kidding. You want to keep our baby in a room full of cigarette smoke?
What do you mean?
Your Uncle Jim smokes nonstop, and so do several of your cousins, remember?
Not that bad. They can smoke outside. I grew up around smokers and I turned out fine.
And what about your Aunt Marge's perfume that gives everyone headaches? And the constant noise level? Well, your precious daughter can smell like cigarettes when you get back.
Wait, I hadn't thought about that. Maybe you're right about the baby. Do whatever you want.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Forget I said anything. Hey, why aren't you responding? Are you mad or something?
Can't you tell? Where exactly was I supposed to get mad? When you compared me to your cousin? When you dismissed my medical recovery? Or when you threatened me not to complain? My pelvis and back hurt, but I'll do my best. See you later.
You're making me feel guilty now. Actually, don't worry about it. Just rest at home.
No, that's okay. The fire's been lit and I can't put it out myself now. Your mother expects a full spread and that's what she'll get. Good luck at work. I'll be busy preparing New Year's for strangers.
Have you started preparing yet?
Please don't say or do anything until I'm done.
What? What kind of request is that? I was planning to check the menu and taste everything for you.
I have my own way of doing things. I'd rather work independently. Please don't do anything unnecessary.
Checking food quality isn't unnecessary. What's with that attitude? Are you planning something? Try that in front of the relatives and I'll drag you around in front of everyone.
Please do. That would certainly make an impression on the family. Then I'll return the favor and drag you around too.
Are you threatening me? Why are you being so defiant?
Your son just showed his true colors. How would you feel if someone you thought was on your side suddenly turned out to be against you?
That's what happened to me just a few hours ago. Don't bring your marital problems into this. Your personal drama has nothing to do with our New Year's celebration.
It has everything to do with it. He chose your traditions over his wife and child. But you're right. I understand.
As long as you understand. Just make sure everything is perfect. My reputation is at stake. I was worried because I haven't seen any activity. New Year's is the day after tomorrow.
I can read a calendar, thanks.
Don't get smart with me. You seem like a completely different person.
People change when they see others for who they really are. I was being overly nice because you were important to someone I care about.
That hasn't changed, has it? Tyler is still your husband and my son.
The important person part is gone now.
What? Did you fight with Tyler?
How can you be so casual when you caused this?
It's my fault? All I did was uphold family traditions. Either way, the wife should apologize to the husband. You should know better than to fight with your husband. A woman's job and purpose in life is to support her man.
Wow. Is that what you teach your son about marriage? No wonder he acts the way he does. I never expected to hear "support your man" from someone who treats her husband like an insect.
How dare you? My husband and I have a perfectly normal relationship. Listen, when you've been married as long as I have, you stop being so formal. I was an obedient wife in the beginning, too.
I've seen how you order your husband around and criticize him in front of everyone. I've never heard a less convincing statement.
That's different. We've been married for 35 years. Just make sure everything's ready as promised.
Yes, ma'am.
Finally, some respect. What is going on here?
Do you like it?
There are catering staff everywhere. Our house looks like a hotel buffet. And why is there a sushi chef here?
That's Takeshi. He's one of the top sushi chefs in the city. Please order whatever sushi you'd like.
This is outrageous. I never asked for all this. Where are the traditional dishes?
There are traditional options at the back table. The chef prepared those as well. You said you wanted everything handled perfectly. There's no way I could cook for 30 people with my housekeeping skills, so I outsourced it.
This is completely inappropriate for a family gathering. How much did this cost?
Quality service doesn't come cheap. You can look forward to the invoice.
This is not funny. We're not paying for this. And why aren't you here?
Did you really expect me to drive with a 3-week-old baby? Are you seriously suggesting I travel 2 hours with a 3-week-old baby? If so, you should see a doctor.
Don't be ridiculous. 2 hours isn't that long. It's not like you'd be taking her into a crowd.
Have you forgotten about influenza season, RSV, the common cold? Newborns under 1 month have 1/3 the immune resistance of adults. It would be dangerous if she caught something from your relatives.
These are just family members. They're not carrying diseases.
Please don't equate family relationships with viral immunity.
You're impossible. The relatives are starting to arrive and I can't deal with this right now.
How are the relatives reacting?
Well, everyone's enjoying it. They're especially impressed by the sushi chef. They're saying this makes a nice change.
See? It's all good. Everyone's happy, and I didn't endanger my health or the baby's.
But I never said money was no object. This must have cost a fortune.
Don't worry. It's coming from your son's savings.
Oh, Tyler approved this?
Course not. He'd never approve spending $10,000.
$10,000?
Yep. Premium service costs premium prices. You told me to do it, so I did.
I never told you to spend that kind of money. There are limits.
You didn't specify any budget constraints when you ordered me to handle everything. Limits vary from person to person. He's enjoying sushi without knowing he's paying for it. I bet it would taste different if he knew.
Does he know the cost yet?
Not yet. I thought I'd let him enjoy the party first.
This isn't funny. This is financial sabotage.
How am I getting yelled at for doing what I was told? You said the holiday preparations were a burden and the daughter-in-law should handle them, so I figured this out.
Who would ever expect you to go this far? This isn't what I meant, and you know it.
It's too late to argue about it now. Just enjoy the fancy food.
I can't even swallow. Where are you right now?
At home.
With the baby?
Yes, my dad, mom, and sister are visiting us.
What? So your family gets to see the baby, but we don't? I wanted to show off my grandbaby to the relatives.
My child isn't your new designer handbag. She's a vulnerable newborn who needs protection.
That's not fair. I'm her grandmother.
You could have chosen to come to our house. Instead, you insisted on a massive gathering with 30 people during flu season.
But I always thought the daughter-in-law should help with her in-laws' New Year's celebrations. It's tradition.
I believe everyone deserves to be treated with dignity, daughter-in-law or not. I was raised with love by my parents, so I shouldn't be treated like a slave.
Nobody's treating you like a slave. But that's just how it is. That's what being a daughter-in-law means.
I see. Keep chanting that mantra for the rest of your life. Enjoy your New Year's. Goodbye.
We had a family meeting. We've decided to give you another chance. The family discussed your behavior yesterday. We'll judge whether you're suitable as our daughter-in-law based on next year's New Year celebration.
You had a meeting about me without me? Please don't make me a topic of discussion when I'm not present.
You should be grateful there's a second chance after such a failure. The sushi chef was impressive, but it wasn't traditional.
The guests seemed to enjoy it based on what you told me. I don't consider it a failure, and I'm not asking for forgiveness.
What are you saying? Are you refusing our generous offer?
Where's my husband? He said he'd be back by the morning of January 2nd after making an appearance.
He's resting after all the excitement. Are you not even going to give your husband a holiday break? He works so hard all year.
I'm doing 24/7 childcare with barely any rest.
That's what mothers do. It's natural. My son can't come home today. He's been drinking since morning.
You're kidding me. I told him we needed to talk about something important, but now he's saying he'll relax for a week before coming home.
He deserves to unwind with his old friends.
That's different from what we agreed.
If your parents are there, they can help with the baby.
This is Tyler and my child. We should both be responsible for taking care of her.
Are you seriously expecting a man to do childcare and housework? That's women's work. In my generation, husbands worked outside the home and wives took care of the house. That was common sense.
Another old-fashioned story? We're living in the 21st century.
Some traditions are worth preserving. Even in the good old days, there were things worth learning.
Not from you, there aren't.
What a disrespectful daughter-in-law. I've never been spoken to like this.
Please tell your precious son. Take all the time he needs.
What are you planning?
Nothing, just giving him space to unwind, as you put it.
I will, whether you say so or not. Don't get lazy just because it's New Year's and your parents are helping. The baby still needs her mother.
Thank you for your meaningless, unhelpful words.
How ungrateful can you be? You're nothing but sarcasm.
Right back at you.
This attitude won't help your marriage. Come show me the baby when things calm down.
No way.
Such an infuriating daughter-in-law. You'll regret this behavior.
Amanda, I'm home. Why aren't you at the house?
It took you long enough to notice.
So you're angry I stayed at my parents for a week? I couldn't help it. It's the holidays. Everyone wanted to see me. Mom kept insisting I stay.
What did you just say?
Mom made me stay? She said I need to give you time to cool down.
This is ridiculous.
What's that mean? It's the truth. Whatever.
The fact that you were at your mom's is a lie to begin with.
Huh? What do you mean?
You think I don't know anything?
No what? I don't understand what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I was just relaxing at my parents'.
Interesting. Your mother told me you were with your high school friends. I exchanged contacts with Nancy Smith's daughter-in-law.
Oh. So what if I hung out with friends? It's the holidays.
You ate the sushi made by the chef on New Year's Day and then left your parents' house. But I heard your car wasn't there after that.
I took Mom shopping for the New Year's sales. She wanted to get some discounted decorations for next year.
Let's see what you bought then.
Why are you interrogating me like this? You don't need to go that far. I was busy catching up with hometown friends and other stuff.
After spending $10,000 on New Year's Day, I don't think you could afford to waste money elsewhere.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The catering service? The sushi chef? Ring any bells? So your mom didn't tell you about the sushi chef. I wondered why you weren't complaining.
Don't tell me all that food and stuff. Was that expensive? Cost $10,000? My money?
That's right. You told me to help, so I did. I thought you'd noticed the withdrawal by now.
Nobody said to go that extravagant. How could you spend that much without asking me?
So you'd prefer your exhausted wife to work for free? While you're out doing whatever it is you've been doing?
Well, yeah, that's normal. I need money from my girlfriend. Oh. I didn't mean to say that. I was joking.
You seem confused about something. There's no evidence that person exists. Your car's location is visible on my phone. My dad went to check, and guess where it was?
What are you talking about? Are you spying on me?
Seriously? How was the hotel that you stayed at during New Year's? Meanwhile, I was sleep deprived, getting up every 3 hours, while my husband was nowhere to be found.
It's not what you think. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It won't happen again. Mom's in on this too, right?
What do you mean, in on this?
She knows about, the affair.
She told me you were relaxing at her house. She didn't tell me about this. I had no idea you were with another woman.
So my mother basically proved my affair?
Wait, your mother knew and she didn't tell me? You and your mom are the absolute worst.
I didn't know she knew. She's already furious that I married a woman like you.
Sorry for being a woman like me. What exactly does that mean?
No, that's not what I meant. She just thinks you're too independent and don't respect traditions.
I think I'll discuss what kind of woman your mom prefers.
Don't do that. You'll never win a verbal battle with her.
Watch me. This is Amanda. I must say, your motherly love is impressive. Covering up your son's affair and lying to his wife to protect him.
How did you find out? Tyler told you?
Modern cars have GPS. We installed it as an anti-theft measure, but it turned out to be useful in an unexpected way.
You were tracking him? That's an invasion of privacy. No wonder he needed space from you.
So you knew all along?
So what? Men will be men. It's natural.
Oh, you're not even going to deny it?
Why would I? It's not a big deal. Getting upset over a little affair is pathetic. It shows a man's virility. Women in the past endured their husbands having mistresses.
Is that so? Were you one of those understanding wives? Didn't you once storm into your husband's lover's house with a kitchen knife when you discovered his affair?
Who told you about that ancient history? That was completely different.
I'm connected with several daughters-in-law from your relatives. We share everything from old stories to the latest gossip.
You've been gossiping about me behind my back? So daughters-in-law need to gang up just to function? Pathetic. I understand you're upset about the affair, but you need to forgive him. After all, my husband and I have managed all these years.
You mean after you threatened his mistress with a knife? That's your outcome, not something you should force on me.
It worked, didn't it? We're still married. So what will you do? Will you be satisfied if you get compensation from the other woman?
That's a given, but I'm filing for divorce.
What? You can't be serious. You just got married.
And he just cheated, which is worse. Your love for your son is so deep it's like a labyrinth. You should get that checked.
Don't be ridiculous. All men stray occasionally. Has Tyler agreed?
I haven't told him yet, but it's not up for debate.
Don't divorce him. He made one little mistake. Think of how it will look to people. What will everyone say about our family? I haven't even held my first grandchild yet.
You're more concerned about appearances than your son's behavior? I feel sorry you won't get to smell that special newborn scent.
This is so unfair. I've been waiting to bond with my granddaughter. I'll scold Tyler properly. I'll make sure he never does it again.
Your scolding won't fix this. He made his choice.
He's young and foolish. All men make mistakes.
You seem to think your son is the only cause of the divorce.
Isn't he? He's the one who had the affair.
No, you're responsible for a large part of it too.
Me? What did I do? I've only tried to maintain family traditions.
Search your messages for New Year's preparations, and you'll see all your unreasonable demands.
That's ridiculous. Those were perfectly normal requests. You didn't come anyway and hired a sushi chef. And you paid with my son's money, so you didn't suffer at all.
I managed to avoid the situation this year by thinking quickly. But I can easily imagine the same exchange happening again next year.
Next year would be completely different. By then, your child will be 1 year old, so you'll have more flexibility.
See, that thinking is exactly why this won't work. You're already planning next year's demands without considering my feelings at all. Why should I accept unreasonable demands just because we're family? Why should I sacrifice my body and mind to serve my in-laws just because I'm a daughter-in-law?
Because that's how families work. That's tradition.
Does getting married and changing my status to daughter-in-law mean I lose my human rights? Is your house some kind of lawless territory?
Don't be so dramatic. I never went that far. I just expect a certain level of respect and duty.
Respect is earned, not demanded because of a title. I will protect what's important to me with everything I have. I consider my family important, and I acted with my child's safety as the top priority. If you can't understand that, we'll never have a relationship.
Such an overreaction. You're throwing away a marriage over this. But a daughter-in-law is an immature existence. You should listen to your mother-in-law to grow into a proper adult.
With all due respect to someone who's lived nearly 60 years, give me a break.
How dare you? Who do you think you're talking to?
No matter how many times I explain, you think you're superior just because you're a mother-in-law, and you ignore the human rights of daughters-in-law. I'm talking to the mother-in-law, obviously.
You're the most disrespectful daughter-in-law I've ever encountered. I can't believe this.
People with outdated views like you should stay in the countryside, obsessing over New Year's traditions. Sure, some old customs and traditions are important, but we're dealing with immediate concerns right now. While caring for a life that could be in danger if we look away, I don't have time to listen to an old person's petty lectures or idealistic theories.
This is outrageous. How dare you speak to your mother-in-law like that? Don't you respect your elders?
Age alone doesn't command respect. I don't automatically respect someone just because they're older. I judge whether someone deserves respect based on their thoughts and experiences.
You can't even speak politely? What kind of upbringing did you have? What a disrespectful woman!
It's not that I can't. I'm choosing not to. Because you don't deserve it.
You'll regret speaking to me this way. My head is spinning with anger.
Well, enjoy looking forward to your precious son bringing home his next wife.
He'll find someone better suited to our family. Yes, if he has someone he likes now, she'll be his next wife. Someone who understands family duty. Then I can raise her to be a proper daughter-in-law. She'll give us lots of grandchildren, too. Unlike you, who can't even handle one baby.
Don't talk about it like it's as easy as laying eggs. Pregnancy and childbirth are serious medical events.
Women have been doing it for thousands of years. I'll make sure he chooses a wife who doesn't talk back like you.
Good luck finding someone willing to put up with this family dynamic. I should pray no more victims fall into this trap.
Once you're gone, he'll find someone who appreciates our traditions. When you're gone, our family will flourish. Just watch.
Tyler finally realized how toxic his mother was when he noticed that everyone he dated broke up with him within a week of meeting her. Apparently, she would interview them like job applicants and even test their cooking skills by making them peel taro roots. Who would marry into that? Tyler stopped visiting his parents and ignored his mother's calls. She aged rapidly and was bedridden by the next New Year's. Our divorce went to mediation but was finalized successfully. I received $20,000 in alimony and $100,000 in child support. Of course, I also made the other woman pay $15,000 in damages. By the way, the daughter-in-law at the Smith house, inspired by me, finally turned the tables on her mother-in-law. I'm staying with my parents while looking for a job. Being a single mother will have its challenges, but I'm determined to live as a mother who won't spoil her son or interfere with his future wife.
It's not time for you to be leaving just yet.
Huh? Well, I finished up all my work for the day, so what's wrong with me heading out of the office early and going out for the evening? I have plans to go meet with a friend of mine out on the town and everything. You want to complain about it or something, Angelica?
I don't believe that you're finished with all of your work quite yet, though. You've just gone and forced all the other coworkers to take on your tasks for you. And because of that, a lot of them are thinking that they'll have to stay late again and put in more overtime.
Oh, are you gonna try and preach to me about things this time?
No. This isn't me preaching to you about anything, actually. It's just that, well, you have everyone pretty upset over the fact that you've never actually done any of your own work.
I see. So everyone is going ahead and talking behind my back about me now? That's a little bit of a shock to me, considering I thought all of us were just so close to one another here. I think I'm gonna have to bring this up with my dad now. I'll let him know that I'm being picked on by everyone in this whole department. And as the new manager of this department, I don't think my dad will let you say things like that to me.
No, you really don't have to tell your dad about any of this. We're not trying to pick on you in any way. Rather, it seems to be the opposite way around here. None of us are wanting to do anything to make you feel bad in any way. We just have some concerns about you is all.
So you're telling me that people are not actually talking about me poorly behind my back?
Nobody is talking about you at all in that way, to be fair. None of us have ever been doing that, because we all know to come talk directly to you if we have a serious problem. However, I think that time has started to come, hence me talking with you about it right now. You always seem to want to show up to the office whenever you want and then go home whenever you want. And while in the office, you'll have everyone else in this department do your work for you as you sit there at your desk looking at your phone. We're not saying rumors or anything like that behind your back because we are all way too busy to do so with all your work being left behind.
Oh, so that's how all of you have thought of me this whole time? Well, to spare everyone else the might of my father, I'll only be telling him that you've been saying bad things about me in the office. I'm sure that my dad will become very upset by something like that. He might even have you fired soon. Heck, I could even fire you myself now. Or better yet, I can make you choose between being relocated or having your pay
Mind. I have not been saying anything bad about you, though. I'm just telling you what all of us think about you, and everything has been true thus far. I just want you to know that it's best if you started to do your own work from now on and act a little more serious about your job here.
pay cut in half. What? Now you're mad at me? I'm so scared. I've gone ahead and screenshotted all these messages you've been sending me, so you'd better start packing your things up and get ready to go.
Go right ahead and show him. I'm sure that after seeing how this conversation has gone down, he'll understand things a lot better and act upon them.
You think so? Well, then let's both be prepared. But just know that it's not me who's gonna be fired for this one.
Hey, are you Angelica from the General Affairs Department here?
Yes, that would be me. And who am I speaking to at the moment?
So that must mean you're the one that went out of line and started talking down to the son of the executive director and your new boss. Since you appear to not know a thing about the politics within this company, I'm going to have you moved out to the middle of nowhere to work.
Are you really sure about that?
I want you out of this office right now!
Excuse me, Robert, but from what he told me, your son has shown you those screenshots of the text that had happened between her and I, correct? No, if you had seen...
He sure did show me, and I'm not letting some kind of complete stranger like you go and preach like that to my son all the time.
If you had seen the conversation we'd had, then you would know that what your son has been up to is not okay. I'm not the kind of woman that really likes to preach at all to others about how to do their jobs and such, and that's why this time I chose to just text him about it, so that it would be all in a much more light-hearted fashion.
There is nothing wrong with my son, and even if he was causing problems for anyone in the company, you are all to look away from it and mind your own business.
What? Did you not hear about how he's been pushing all her work off onto other coworkers and then leaving the office to go home whenever he pleases? This is not the kind of situation where all of us can just ignore what he's doing. And the worst part of all this is that he doesn't seem to understand that what he's doing is wrong. He's not even willing to own up to it in any way.
Stop lying to me! My son is a perfect and kind little man! I've heard enough from you now, so get all your things off your desk and leave this office! I'm gonna make you head to that small office out in the middle of the country!
You're going to have me move to another office, all because of this? I think you'd best start thinking with your head on straight, Robert. The only reason your son was even hired into this company is because he's related to you, and now he's going around threatening other coworkers and with being fired by himself and his dad. As a working adult, does that not make you or him embarrassed by your guys' actions at all?
Ooh. Did you know that recently this company has been experiencing a lot of theft of materials from within its offices?
I know about that. I was the one that started to make those posters all over the building, warning people to be more careful with their things to avoid them being taken.
The person behind all that theft, it's you, right?
Huh? What are you even talking about?
Right? That's the reason I'm having you moved out to that smaller office in the middle of nowhere and your pay cut. I'm going to tell the company president that right now. I'm not going to tell him a thing about how you went against me and started to make nasty comments toward my son and then preach to him about his job.
Do you even have evidence of me stealing things from this office?
Well, I do happen to have some evidence, actually. I had a camera placed in the break room where I was able to see every corner of it, and I just happened to catch loads of videos of you taking things that are not yours.
You put up a camera in the break room? You do realize that the break rooms are separated between genders for a reason, right? There are shower rooms and everything in there, so that could be a huge problem for you, having put up a camera in there to watch over everyone. But anyway, I have not been the one doing any of that stealing. Could you show me those videos that you've recorded of me?
No way! There happen to be things in it of other employees in this company, and I'd like to keep all that private, of course. So I'm having the videos edited right now to remove all the people who have nothing to do with your crimes. But just know that you are in all of the videos clearly. I know that for a fact because I remember every instance of you stealing things.
This is my first time ever running into someone as awful as you. Are you not embarrassed by the things you're doing right now?
Things. You, even after all of this that I've told you about, you still have the drive to want to fight back? You already know you're finished, so all of this fighting from you is useless, and you're making yourself look like even more of an idiot. Go and clean off your desk right now, and then leave this office before the day is over.
Understood. Are you sure you don't want to talk with the company president about all of this before I leave?
The company president doesn't need to hear from me about how I'm having some low-level employee like you transferred to a worse office with worse pay.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Hey! Get out of here now! It's too bad for you that you had to be born with only half a brain! Hey, I heard from my dad about everything, you know? He asked for you to get all your things together and get out of the office building. That must have opened your eyes to reality, right? You're a complete disgrace to this company.
I know. Once I've finished up my work for the day, I'm getting all my things together and leaving.
To be honest, I was hoping he'd just fire you on the spot, but my dad is a very nice man, so he let you off the hook by having you moved to that crappy old office building. You should be thankful that he didn't take things any further with you.
If anything, I feel sorry that a company like this had to hire such a man as he is. I suppose it was kind of him to only have me move to a different office out of his sight. I'll enjoy a new place of work now, and hopefully everyone there is a lot better behaved. I've become tired of having to care for the child that was only hired because of her connection to her dad, after all.
You. Such a pile of crap you are! But since you're going to be moving far away from here, I'll forgive you for that one. Good luck with life out in the middle of nowhere. I hope your life as a thief can be longer lived over in that office.
I'm not a thief, and I haven't been stealing anything from this office.
Right? Lie all you want. You even stole my wallet, right?
Huh? What are you trying to bring up this time?
I even had my wallet stolen by you. I saw it with my own 2 eyes, actually. I'll let my dad know about that before he leaves the office today.
When did I steal that purse of yours from you?
It doesn't really matter when it happened, right? I saw it with my own eyes, so that's all that matters.
If you saw it with your own 2 eyes, then you tell me at the time and place that it happened. If you really happened to see me stealing your purse in person, then you should know what day and time it took place.
It happened this week on Tuesday at 5:30 in the afternoon. At that moment in time, you came over to my desk and took my wallet from me while I was standing down the hallway. And that's when I saw you running off with it. I was on my way back from the toilet and everything. You really are the worst kind of person.
5:30 in the afternoon, huh? That is a very particular time for you to be able to remember that happening at.
Well, of course it is. I have a picture as evidence that I took of it happening, and it says the time it was taken in the picture's info. It says it clear as day, so there's no mistaking it now. You're not going to be able to talk your way out of this one, you thief.
A picture, huh? You're going to find that a lie like that won't be getting you very far. But go ahead and do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do what I like! I hope you find life hard at that other office when everyone there knows you as the corporate thief.
Hey, Angelica, tell me what kind of relationship you have with the company president.
Excuse me? Why do you want to hear that from me all of a sudden?
Right now, he's running all over the office building after coming back from that overseas trip he took, and he's yelling that he's looking for his granddaughter. Are you really the granddaughter of the company president? You...
Well, yes, I am. And what does that have to do with anything?
Why did you never tell me about any of that sooner? So you
Well, had I told everyone that I'm the granddaughter of the company president, everyone in the company would start to treat me way too kindly, right? So I've kept that a secret this whole time in order to keep balance and equality here. And luckily our last names are different from one another, so nobody would have ever been able to tell. And I was able to work free of judgment from anyone else here and do my best in my department.
You really are his granddaughter, so you really are related to the freaking company president. All right. I'd like you to come...
Well, that's what I'm saying now.
You to come back to this office building at once and return to your desk. You know...
Now. Huh?
You no longer have to put in any more time over at that crappy office. Come back here and return to your previous job. You should be able to make it back here before lunch, right?
Huh? What are you going on about right now, Robert? You told me yourself before I left that place that I was never to leave this smaller office ever again, and that I'd be working here for the rest of my life, right?
Right? Well, things have changed drastically.
Right? When you say things have changed, is that because I'm the granddaughter of the company president? I do not want to be treated special because of my connection to him. I'd like to work with my own strength here, and that means I don't have anything to do with my grandpa.
No, that's not what all of this is about. Now just hurry it up and get back here. I don't want this turning into any more of a problem than it already is. I'll go talk with the company president right now and try to calm him down for you.
I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back. I happen to have a lot of work that needs to get done over at this office now.
You are being a real pain in the butt for me now. Do you have any idea what'll happen if the company president catches on to what happened?
I don't care what happens. You're the executive director, so that's going to be your problem, not mine. But of course, he's going to be pissed with what you've done. He happens to hate when things don't happen according to plan, especially when it has to do with one of the higher-ups in the company.
I can see that you think you're all special now. This is your last chance. Are you really sure you don't want to come back to this office and make things right for everyone?
Even if I wanted to come back, I can't do it today. I happen to have a lot of work that needs to get done, and I'm not going back until it's all handled.
For frick's sake!
Robert, it appears that you were contacted by the company president. You told him that you had found me to be the one who stole your son's wallet, and that's why you had me kicked out of that office and moved out here.
I did tell him that because it's the truth. The fact that you had the nerve to steal my son's wallet. I even gave you a chance to come back after kicking you out, but you said no to it, so this will all be your fault now.
But you didn't have any evidence of me being the one to steal it, right? I don't think that it was the most brilliant idea trying to paint me as the thief, all just to have a reason to kick me out of there.
Are you trying to smart-mouth me now? You're a freaking idiot, Angelica! Samson happened to see you do it with his own eyes, and that's enough evidence for me. Also, with that camera I placed in the women's break room, I was able to catch you on it stealing, and I know for a fact that's you!
Then could you please tell me when it was that I was in the break room stealing things? You happen to have video evidence of it, correct? That should mean that the time and everything of the incident are on that video recording as well.
I have the time. This Tuesday at 5:30 in the afternoon. The time of all this happening is in the bottom left corner of the video, so there's no mistaking it now. You went into the break room while everyone else was just leaving to get back to work, and you started sifting through people's bags and jackets. You thought that was the perfect chance to get away with it all, right?
I see. Then this means that at 5:30 on Tuesday of this week, I was in the women's break room, right? There are no mistakes with any of that information, right?
Right, that's all correct. No mistakes. I can show you the timestamp and everything on the video recording later if you want. But it seems that your plan to steal everyone's things was never going to work out for you, huh? If you really want to think that this video is edited in some way to make you look as though you stole those things, remember that I was in the group of women walking out of there, and I didn't see you leaving the break room, so you were definitely behind all of this. Huh? Why are you asking?
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but did you talk with Samson at all about the time that video recording of me stealing things from the break room took place?
You asking me that? Huh?
Well, it just seems to me that there is something not quite right with all of this. From what Samson was telling me about me stealing his wallet, he said it took place at 5:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. That's apparently when I went to his desk and stole his wallet. And if you think that I'm mistaken, he told me he took a picture of me stealing his wallet and all, and the time on it says 5:30. But even with that detail, you are telling me that all that time I was in the women's break room stealing from them? How was I in two completely different parts of the office building at the same time?
What? Wait a moment, I'm gonna have a talk with him.
Sure, go right ahead.
Hey, Samson, why did you not explain things to Angelica like we had both discussed? I told you that at 5:30 I'd be saying she was in the women's break room stealing things, right?
Huh? No, I thought we agreed that at that time she was going to be in my office stealing my wallet off my desk.
I never agreed to you saying she was stealing your wallet at that time.
This is your fault this time, Dad. Why are you going to try and blame me for you not telling her the right times we'd planned on? You were the one that messed up this time. You told me that we'd be able to do all of this easily and make her look like the thief so that we could get her out of this office without being caught.
And that's still the plan. I have been trying to help you get rid of her by painting her as the thief.
You're not helping me out, though. You totally forgot about the times we had agreed on.
But I had explained to you before how I have her recorded on the camera I placed in the women's break room and everything, right?
I never heard about all that from you. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? The only time we weren't going to have an alibi from the other members of this department was during the time I was with Angelica, right? And that all took place at 5:30, so you were supposed to give a time besides that. Now, when they're questioning me on why she was in 2 different locations at 5:30, they're going to find a hole in our lies and blame me.
You'll be all right. They haven't started looking for anyone just yet who was behind this, and they haven't even began asking for all the evidence we have. Now, for the time being, leave all of this up to me, and just stand by and wait for me to be finished with it, okay? Okay?
Huh? Are you trying to say that I'm getting in your way now?
Wait, that's not what I said.
Telling your own son to sit one out while you go and handle everything alone is the worst. Whatever, I don't care what happens to you now.
Robert!
Hey, you happen to be the granddaughter of the company president, right? I don't happen to have the phone number of the company president on me, so I'm going to tell you this so that you can tell him. The man that's been behind all of the theft within the company is my dad, Robert.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
I just told you what I mean. The man that's been going around stealing everything here is the executive director, my dad.
But you were saying before that you saw me with your own eyes stealing your wallet out of your office, right? You are starting to contradict what you've said before now.
I happened to make a mistake then. You and my dad happen to look very similar after all. Anyway, I want you to tell the company president everything I just said to you. Understood?
I do not want to become involved in whatever fight you're having with your father at the moment. And really, you don't have to worry about what's been going on with the company anymore, because the 2 of you will be getting fired here shortly. So maybe it's best you both just forget about whatever plan you've made to have a reason for me to be kicked out of that office and just make up.
Stood. Huh? Why do I have to be fired as well?
Well, that's because you've been the one going around the office buildings, stealing people's things from them. Let me tell you right now, everyone here has seen you stealing things off of their desks and out of their bags. That's why during these past few days, I've been going around gathering evidence of it and making an investigation. You did know that there are security cameras all over the office building's interior, right? Besides the break rooms, of course.
Oh. Huh? Security cameras? There are security cameras all over this office building's interior?
Yes, of course. And your father, the one who is the executive director for that office building, should have been aware of that as well. And, well, on multiple of those cameras, we have video evidence of you stealing. And, of course, the company president has watched through all the recordings.
Interior? Lies. These are lies, right?
None of this is a lie. You are most likely going to be sued by multiple different people for this now, so I'd suggest you find yourself a really good lawyer. But if you don't want that, then maybe you need to start giving everything you've stolen back to the victims.
Right? Well, it's not a problem for me. I still have my dad around to help me out of this.
Interesting. You were just going on about how he's been the one behind all of this, and now you want his help defending you?
Yes. My dad is a very kind man, so he'll forgive me for this. What? He's not answering his phone. What's going on here?
Did he go ahead and send you straight to voicemail or something? I'm sorry, but the company president has already gone and dealt with your father.
What do you mean? Then what am I going to do about this?
Well, now that your father, whose position you abused, is no longer around, there is nothing you can do. I think the first thing you can try doing is going up to everyone you stole from and try apologizing to them.
Shut up! I'm going to go and find my dad right now!
Angelica, I'm so sorry about so many things. Out of my own selfish anger, I had you relocated to another office building and your pay reduced. And I also tried to paint you as the thief.
That's right. And these apologies from you are well deserved. But being moved to another office building isn't that much of a problem for me. Everyone that's working out at this location are very nice people, and they've all been teaching me all sorts of things that even I never knew about the company. And the best part of it all out here is that there is nobody like your son here who was brought into the company because they're family and never get any work done and then turned into my new boss.
I can't really say anything to that now.
I know that. Now, is that all you have to say? You're not going to ask me to say anything to my grandpa as a way of having him pardon you or anything?
No, this was just meant to be me apologizing to you. I'm going to be leaving this company now, and on my way out, I'm going to apologize to every single person here for what I've done.
Well, if that's how you're handling things right now, then that must mean the company president tore into you pretty well, right?
I understand completely now why he was that mad with me. He was not going to take any of my crap from me, and he made that very clear. Just a bit ago, Samson ran into the room while he was yelling at me, and after he asked for me to leave his office, I could hear him tearing Samson a new one from the other side of the door. And when everything went quiet, the door opened and Samson walked out looking like a zombie. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
All right. Not even I am able to picture how upset my grandpa must have been with you both, and I happen to be his family. At home, he's yelled at my mom and dad all the time, but never in a way that zombified them. But of course, I am his granddaughter, and he'd never ever want to yell at me about anything at home. However, that doesn't mean he wouldn't yell at me like that when I'm one of his employees and I've screwed up as bad as your son and you have.
Well, anyway, know that I really am sorry about what happened. I promise that my son and I will never show up to this company again. That is a promise, okay?
All right, please do that. The company was made by my grandpa, and to me, it's a very important place. And so having two people as selfish and crazy as you around here will not be tolerated ever again, and I'll make sure of it. Goodbye. After that, both Robert and his son, Samson, were fired from the company and kicked out of the office building. The once prestigious position they held now seemed like a distant memory. The company president, a man who had always prided himself on maintaining control and order within his organization, had finally reached his breaking point. The chaos and corruption that had been allowed to fester under Robert and Samson's reign were far too much for him to ignore any longer. The financial scandal that had been uncovered was vast, and it had come to light that Samson had been misappropriating funds, skimming off money that belonged to the victims of the company's numerous shady dealings. He had failed to pay compensation to those who had been wronged, and when he was confronted with his debt, he showed little remorse or understanding for the severity of the situation. In fact, when the time came for Samson to make amends and pay back the victims, he was entirely indifferent. Instead of taking responsibility for his actions, Samson had the audacity to approach his father, Robert, and ask him to pay the entire sum. Robert, who had once spoiled his son without a second thought, was now faced with a difficult decision. For years he had always bailed Samson out of trouble, giving him whatever he needed to stay afloat. But something inside Robert had shifted. He realized that he could no longer enable his son's reckless behavior. Nor could he continue to allow him to live without facing the consequences of his actions. When Samson came to him expecting yet another handout, Robert flatly refused. "No," he said firmly, "you need to learn the consequences of your actions. I can't help you this time." Samson, furious and desperate, had no choice but to take matters into his own hands. With no other options, he turned to a network of shady lenders, borrowing vast sums of money to pay back all the victims. He was now drowning in debt, with no clear way to climb out of the hole he had dug for himself. His once carefree lifestyle had come to a crashing halt, and it was clear that he was going to have to live with the weight of his decisions for a long time. The fallout from their firing was nothing short of catastrophic for both Robert and Samson. They had been public figures, seen as pillars of the company and the community, but now they were nothing more than cautionary tales. The company president, in an unexpected move, reached out to express his regret. A few days after the father and son were fired, he issued a public apology for not having seen the corruption that had been brewing under his nose. He acknowledged his failure as a leader and vowed to create a safer, more open workplace where employees could voice their concerns without fear of retaliation from higher-ups. Meanwhile, things between Robert and Samson began to deteriorate rapidly. Neither of them could bear to face the world that had once admired them. The shame and guilt weighed heavily on their relationship, and they began to distance themselves from each other. Robert, now a man with nothing left, retreated into himself. He sequestered himself in his house, unable to face the public eye or even leave his home. He feared the stares, the whispers, and the judgment of others. For weeks he hardly left the house, spending his days in isolation, stewing in regret and self-pity. He no longer had the comfort of knowing that his wealth and power could shield him from the consequences of his actions. The walls of his home became his prison. Samson, on the other hand, found himself working the night shift. It was a far cry from the corporate job he had once known, but he had no other choice. He worked jobs that most men his age would have been too afraid to take on. The hours were long and the work was grueling, but it was the only way he could begin to pay off the enormous debt he had accumulated. His once high-flying lifestyle, full of luxury and excess, was now a distant memory. He had to learn to survive in a world that didn't care about his last name or his family connections. Back at the company, things began to change in the wake of Robert and Samson's departure. The employees, who had long been uncomfortable with the toxic atmosphere created by the father and son duo, began to breathe a sigh of relief. Without Robert and Samson around, the workplace became more relaxed, and the pressure that had once been so oppressive was finally lifted. People felt free to speak their minds without the constant fear of retaliation. The work environment became more collaborative, and morale improved significantly. The company president's apology, while unexpected, was genuine. He took full responsibility for allowing the situation to spiral out of control, and he promised to make the necessary changes to ensure that something like this would never happen again. He vowed to implement systems that would promote transparency, accountability, and open communication at all levels of the company. It was a long overdue shift in culture, one that many employees had been hoping for, but it was clear that it had come far too late for Robert and Samson. Several weeks later, I was approached by my grandfather, the company president. He asked me if I would consider returning to the head office to work there again. His voice was warm, but there was a hint of concern in his tone. After all that had happened, I knew that everyone in the office knew that I was his granddaughter, and that made me hesitant. I had seen how toxic the atmosphere had become during Robert and Samson's reign, and I knew that people would view me differently because of my connection to the company president. I didn't want to be treated any differently from the other employees, and I didn't want to deal with the rumors and whispers that would inevitably follow me around. So I told my grandfather no. I explained that I would much rather continue working out in the countryside where people didn't know about my connections to the company, and where I could just be myself. The people there were kinder, more down to earth, and they treated me with respect because of who I was, not who I was related to. I don't want to work in a place where I'm treated any better because of my connections, I told him. I want to keep working hard on my own merits. I want to earn my place and prove that I'm capable. One day I hope to be in your position as company president, but only if I truly deserve it. My grandfather looked at me for a moment, and then he nodded. He understood. He had always been a man who valued hard work and dedication, and he knew that my decision was based on those principles. I'm proud of you, he said. I know you'll go far, and I'll support you no matter where you choose to work. And so I continued my work in the countryside, content with the decision that I had made. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I was determined to prove myself on my own terms. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, why are you ignoring me? Larkin, right? We passed each other earlier, didn't we? Why don't you respond to me?
Just leave me alone. It's none of your business.
Everyone's been worried because you suddenly disappeared from the neighborhood. I heard you even cut ties with your family.
A lot has happened. Just leave me alone. Please don't tell anyone that we met.
Fine, I won't tell anyone. But hey, we used to be lovers, didn't we?
What?
You left me behind, all alone, while you just disappeared from the area. Do you have any idea how sad I was at that time? And yet you're acting so cold now. You don't have to do that, right?
Hold on a second. What are you talking about, lover?
I still think of you as my lover. You have no idea how much I've been searching for you.
You're the one who spread the news online that I was missing?
Of course it was me. I was that worried about you. I recently got some information, so I came to this town to look for you. And then I found you. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy.
Isn't this just a coincidence? How did you even figure out where I was?
I didn't have certainty, but I personally researched and narrowed it down to this town. Larkin, let's keep the promise we made back then.
What promise? What are you talking about?
You don't remember? We promised each other that we'd get married when we turned 20.
Huh? What's that?
25. Larkin, you don't have to be shy about it. We were lovers, right? Sure, it's been a while since we saw each other, but I want you to treat me the same way you did before.
I don't remember making any such promise. What are you talking about?
You don't remember? We talked about it at the park next to the church, remember?
The park next to the church? Wait, are you talking about when we were in kindergarten?
Yes, finally, you remembered. Jeez, you're so difficult to deal with.
I only recognize the place because we played there a lot when we were kids. But I don't remember making any such promise.
Come on, Larkin, this has to be a joke, right? We were still lovers after that, weren't we?
Huh? We went to different schools in elementary and middle school.
So what? Even if we were apart, we were still lovers, right? And we went to high school together, didn't we? We reaffirmed our love there, didn't we? You were always so shy and tried to avoid me, though.
It was creepy how you kept following me around. My friends were worried too. You'd come to see me after every class.
But that's what lovers do, right? True love, Larkin, means doing things like that. Stop being shy and let's get married.
I don't want to get married.
Then what about Drake?
What?
The man you were married to for half a year? I don't understand why you chose him.
Why? I wasn't even in the area at that time. How do you know about that?
I told you I've been looking into you, but I never interfered with your relationship. I thought it was a terrible betrayal, but I assumed you'd realize it on your own and regret it.
That is so creepy. What are you saying? Please just leave me alone and stop bothering me.
I knew it. You still need support. I already know your address, so I'll come help you.
What? No, don't!
You used to love cakes, right? I found a cake shop earlier, so I'll buy some and bring them over. After you eat, we can talk about marriage.
If you come to my house, I'll call the police. I am serious.
All right, I should leave you alone for now. But leave the marriage part to me. You should focus on calming down.
It's because of you that I can't calm down. How do you even know where I live?
To find my lover, I used every means I could. I was worried about you. It's only natural, right?
I don't want to marry you, no matter what happens. Stay away from me.
You've been in an unstable mental state since you ran away from home, right? You still need support. I just want to help you.
Let me make it clear. One of the reasons I left my hometown is because of you. You kept stalking me. It was such a nuisance.
Seriously, you should have trusted me when you were feeling down. You've been fighting alone all this time, haven't you? But not anymore. From today on, you have me on your side.
This is hopeless. You're not getting it at all.
Hey, there's no need to call the police, right? When are you gonna be honest, Larkin?
I told you if you come near my house, I'll call the police. Did you really escape from the police?
Yeah, I didn't want to waste time explaining myself, so I had no choice. I noticed the police car coming toward me, so I managed to get away, but it was really close.
This isn't a misunderstanding. I am telling you.
But I believe your will is the most important thing. I know it's not your true feelings, but still, I'll try my best to stay away from you.
No, it's my true feelings. My true feelings. I'll say it again. It's my true feelings, okay?
You can't protect your own heart unless you act tough, right? I'll stay away for a while. During that time, I'll do what I can do for you, even if you don't want it.
I told you don't have to do anything. Please, just stay away from me. Larkin, the ceremony's starting. Why haven't you shown up yet? What do you mean the bride isn't here? Are you an idiot? Katie? I went through all this trouble to come, and you're doing this to me? This is just too much. I thought maybe we could make up, that we could fix things. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? What? No, you left home after failing to get into college, didn't you? My parents were strict and they blamed you for not passing. But running away like that just because you didn't get in, what were you thinking? No, that's not what I'm talking about. What ceremony? What bride? Why are you mentioning a wedding now? Huh? Today's your wedding day, isn't it? We received the invitation a month ago. How could you not know that? I got married 3 years ago. What? What do you mean by that? You're talking about the invitation from back then, right? I thought you just ignored it. I was upset, thinking you had forgotten me. Well, I ended up getting divorced from him right away, but that's not the point now. That's news to me. But this time you're marrying Martin, right? After all the hatred you had for him back then, I can't believe it. What? You're lying. He really went this far? Katie, I didn't send any invitations to you. What? What are you talking about? I don't want to marry Martin. He is still stalking me, planning things like the ceremony and sending invitations without my permission. He did all of this without asking me, and I am not okay with it. What? Are you serious? That guy is seriously messed up. How could he do something like that without your consent? Ugh. Martin is standing in front of my house in a white tuxedo. What should I do? This is beyond messed up. Well, I don't know what you should do. I'm just going to explain the situation to the people at the venue. Though to be honest, there aren't many people there yet, so I don't think it'll be too difficult. But still, this is completely ridiculous. Please, I'll be calling the police on him. I don't think talking to him will help at all. It's gone too far now. I see. Be careful, though. This whole thing is just too much. I really can't believe all this is happening right now. Wait, you're actually worried about me? I thought you hated me. I want to make up with you, but now you're bringing up that old story again? Why? Didn't you hate me all this time? Just because I passed that difficult university entrance exam, you got jealous, didn't you? I wasn't jealous. I wasn't that at all. I just couldn't stand being treated like the loser in the family while everyone else was doing well. I hated how my parents treated me like I was worthless just because I didn't pass the entrance exam. It was unbearable. But blaming me for working hard and passing the exam is so unfair. I didn't even know that you'd sent me an invitation 3 years ago. It never reached me, and if it had, I don't think I could have dealt with it. I was still struggling with everything else at the time. I'm not mad at you, really, but I don't know, forget it. This isn't the time to fight. There are more important things to think about. Yeah, I agree. I'll handle things here. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything at the venue, and you just focus on what you need to do. But you need to be careful, okay? This situation could get worse if we're not careful. Thanks. I just don't know how we got here. It's all so confusing. I can't believe we're in this situation. Not after everything we've been through. I thought we'd be able to move on from the past. I thought I could get past everything that happened. I wish I knew what to say, but at least you're being honest now. I can't say the same for Martin, though. He's still a mess, and I don't know how to deal with him. He's been making my life harder than it needs to be.
Hey, calling the police again? That's just too much. Today is supposed to be our wedding, you know? I just came by to pick you up by car, and this is what happens?
Why are you turning this into a wedding on your own? I have told you many times before, I have no intention of marrying you. I have been clear about this from the start, but here you are pretending like I agreed to this whole thing.
But didn't you get the invitation in your mailbox? You must have seen it, right? I mean, I put it there myself.
Huh? I didn't even look at that. You've been sending letters every single day, and I have been throwing them all away without opening them. Every time I've seen you've sent something, I just get rid of it. I didn't even bother reading them because I already told you I'm not interested. So, no, I didn't see it. So what?
But as promised, I didn't contact you. I didn't ring your bell. I didn't knock on your door. I didn't do anything. I respected the agreement we made. And yet here we are with you still thinking I want something I've been very clear about not wanting. What's the point of all this, really?
So what? What does that even mean? You can't just send things and expect me to react like this is all normal. This is beyond ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
No, I kept my promise for the past 2 months. I've respected our agreement. I didn't show up, I didn't try to change your mind, and I didn't make any attempt to force you into anything. I gave you space, so now you need to keep your promise too. You need to honor your word and marry me just like you said you would.
I never promised anything about marriage. I have told you repeatedly that I have no intention of marrying you. How many times do I have to say it before you get it through your head? I don't want to marry you. That is not something that's going to happen.
Good. But you did say I could handle the wedding arrangements, didn't you? You didn't object when I took charge of the wedding planning. Doesn't that count as agreeing to marry me? Doesn't that at least suggest that you were okay with this whole thing? Why else would you let me do all this?
I can't talk to you sensibly anymore. It is impossible to have a proper conversation with you at this point. You are making things up, and now you've called the police on me again. What is going on? Did you escape from them? Where did you go this time?
I can't tell you. If I do, the police will be right behind me. But Larkin, listen to me. No matter what, I'll always come for you. You know I will. I've told you before, and I'll say it again now. I will never leave you behind. The venue is already set, and my family, along with yours, is waiting there. We could get married anytime. You don't have to be afraid. I'm not like Drake. I'm not gonna hurt you or betray you. I'm gonna make you happy. I swear you'll be happy with me.
Fine, I'll go to the venue, but I have one condition. I won't go there with you. We'll go separately. We'll each head to the venue on our own. I'll meet you there. Is that okay with you? This is the best I can offer, considering everything.
Huh? Oh, of course. If that's what you want, then I'll do it. I'll go along with it. I don't mind if we're apart for now. I'll go to the venue immediately so we can meet there just like you said.
So what's going on over there? How's everything looking? Yeah, I explained everything to the other side's relatives, but they're just stuck on the idea that Martin would never do something like that. They just won't listen to the truth. They're all in denial. I figured. He's always been a spoiled kid, always got whatever he wanted. He probably never had to face any real consequences. My family believed me, though. They understand the situation now. I'm on my way to the venue now. Huh? It's close to my house, so I'm going there directly and explaining everything. I'll tell them about Martin's crazy actions. I've got the evidence ready, and I'm going to show them everything. I'll make them understand what he's been doing all this time. But if you do that, you'll run into him. Are you sure you want to face him? Are you prepared to deal with him? I have no choice. Avoiding him at this point is impossible. If I don't do this now, I'll never be able to. It's time to put an end to all of this once and for all. I'm going to confront him, and I'll make sure he knows exactly what he's done. It ends today. Right. I'll wait for you at the venue. But please, be careful. Don't do anything you might regret. Yeah, thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. I'll be careful. Just stay safe, okay?
Larkin, why are you doing this? Why do you keep betraying me like this? Wasn't I supposed to marry you? Isn't that why you came to the wedding venue today?
I didn't want to talk to you directly, so I called you to this venue where your family's gathered. I wanted to show them all the letters you sent and the message exchanges we've had.
Damn it! This is horrible! Those letters and messages were supposed to be private between us, right?
It looks like even your family, who are so devoted to you, believed me. Listen carefully, because I'll say this one more time. I don't like you. I am not going to marry you.
What? Larkin, are you serious?
What's with that reaction, as if you've never heard this before? I've been saying this for years, right? Since we were in school.
But we made a promise back in that park, didn't we?
I don't even remember what happened when we were in kindergarten. Sure, I'm sorry I broke the promise, but can't you at least listen to my opinion a little?
I truly love you and I want to get married.
If you really love me, then respect my decision too. I can't marry you. Please understand.
I don't understand. You're marrying me.
I guess it's hopeless.
Do you even know how much I've spent on this wedding? I made the invitations alone, sent them to both our families. It cost a lot to rent the wedding dress, and I even hired a magician for the entertainment.
I don't care about that. You did all of that on your own without asking me.
You told me to leave the wedding up to you.
No, I didn't. Stop lying. You pushed it forward on your own, didn't you?
You think I'm just supposed to sit here and take all this from you? Do you know how much I've sacrificed for you? Do you know how much money and time I spent to find out where you were? I hired detectives and I searched myself.
That has nothing to do with me. You did all of that on your own, remember?
You broke your promise to me and now you're talking like this? Do you think you could just get away with it?
At first, I thought you were extremely pure-hearted, but now I realize you're just incredibly selfish. This is exactly what I expected from you.
You betrayed me. I will never forgive you. My mom and dad are powerful people in this town. Do you know what happens when you make an enemy of them?
I don't live in this town anymore, so I don't care. And besides, your parents looked shocked when they saw the proof that you were stalking me, didn't they? Are they really going to support you after all that?
Crap, that's right. I might even get disowned over this. This is all your fault.
Anyway, I am going home now. I am never seeing you again.
You can't just leave. What about the wedding costs? What about the wedding dress? The magician is here too.
I don't care about the magician. You started this on your own, so you can deal with the costs.
How selfish can you be? I can't take this anymore. Even I have limits and you've reached them.
What are you going to do about it?
I'll kidnap you and extort money from your parents. I'll never forgive a traitor.
Huh? What are you even talking about? Why would I be the traitor?
Be prepared. Do you honestly think this is just going to end here? You think I'll just walk away from everything I've done for you? You're wrong. I'm not leaving until you understand what you've done. You can't just walk out of this situation like you're the victim.
I never asked for all this. You're the one who insisted on everything. The wedding, the dress, the whole damn thing. Do you even realize how insane this is? You're trying to force me into something I have made clear I don't want. And now you're throwing a tantrum like this is some kind of game?
I'm not throwing a tantrum. I've sacrificed everything for this. Everything I've done, all the effort, all the money I've spent, it's all for you. You can't just throw that away and pretend none of it matters. This is real.
You think I don't know how much you've spent? Do you think I care about money at a time like this? This is about my life, my future, my freedom. I don't care if you spent $1 million. You're trying to force me into a life I never agreed to, and you can't even respect my decision.
You're the one who doesn't understand. You think this is just about money and effort? It's not. I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this because I love you. You're not just hurting me, Larkin. You're destroying everything we could have had.
Oh, so now I'm the one destroying everything?
You're the one who's breaking everything apart with your selfishness. You've ruined my family's trust in me. You've ruined everything I've worked for, all for nothing. You're the one who made this a nightmare.
I didn't ruin anything. You ruined it the moment you decided that you were more important than me, that your wants, your desires, your dream wedding was more important than respecting my decision. You never thought about what I wanted, what I needed. It's always been about you. I don't want this future, not with you, not like this.
You've really made up your mind, huh? Well, fine. If you don't want this, then I'll just have to take what's mine. And when you're ready to accept the truth, I'll still be here waiting. But it won't be the same anymore. You've made sure of that. What's going on? Why am I in the hospital?
You don't remember? I went looking for you, and when I yelled, "Where's Larkin?" at the magician in the waiting room, the pigeon he was holding flew away suddenly. You got startled and fell, hitting your head. That's when you passed out, and they brought you here.
I remember yelling at the magician. That much I recall. But then I lost consciousness and they brought me to the hospital. The doctor said it was a minor brain contusion. So what happened to the wedding?
Of course it's canceled. You'll have to manage paying for everything on your own. Well, that's all I had to say, so I'm leaving now.
Wait a minute! What about my mom and dad? Why haven't they come to the hospital?
Right now your parents are busy apologizing to me and my family. It's really terrible that you've made your parents go through this.
Larkin, all I wanted was to marry you. I thought we were in love, that we were supposed to be together.
No, stop pretending to be all pure-hearted. You're not in love with me. You just want to fulfill your own selfish desires. You're not interested in me as a person. You just want to win to get your way. Remember that. Goodbye.
Wait, hold on, please. I know you've had trouble with your family, right? You've been lonely, haven't you? I swear I will always be on your side. I'm the only one who'll stick by you.
Bye. Sure, I've had trouble with my family, but thanks to everything that happened, I feel like I can get along better with my sister now. I actually appreciate that you helped me reconnect with her.
You? Huh?
Because of you, I was able to find someone important to me. But it wasn't you. Katie, I am really sorry for everything. Please tell my mom and dad that I said thanks. Thanks. It's okay. I've already gone back home. So, what happened? Martin's parents are covering all the costs. They're also going to reimburse the guests for travel expenses. Of course, they'll eventually make Martin pay for it, though. Oh, I see. You've been through a lot, haven't you? When you get back, are you coming by again? No, if I come back, we'll just end up fighting again every day. But I'm happy we could talk like this again. Yeah, me too. By the way, why did you decide to come to the wedding? Well, even though we had problems at home, I didn't hate you enough to ignore the invitation and not show up. The invitation from 3 years ago, my dad threw it away. Wow, that was really harsh. But he regretted it afterwards, so this time he decided he'd come to apologize. If I'd seen that invitation, I would have definitely gone to the wedding. Thank you. You're so kind. We've both mellowed out, huh? We're really understanding each other now. You stopped being jealous of me, didn't you? I guess that means you've grown up, huh? I haven't changed. I guess that's true. I'll admit I've been jealous of you for a long time. Well, I think I was in the wrong too. I used to act a little high and mighty. Right, so let's consider this a reconciliation. But that doesn't mean we're living together. I'll keep living on my own. I've got work after all. Yeah, I understand. Just make sure you don't get caught by a weird guy. You don't want to end up thinking marrying Martin would have been better, right? Yeah, I'll be careful. Though honestly, it's a little scary how much we've both changed. It feels like we're not the same people anymore. Maybe we're not, but that doesn't mean we can't still care about each other. I think that's what matters, right? We can't keep holding on to the past forever. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm glad I met you. Even if things didn't work out the way we expected, at least I learned something from all this. I think I've learned a lot too. Like how not to let my feelings rule my actions. I was always so quick to act on impulse, but I've realized it's better to take things slower, think them through. You've always been the impulsive one, haven't you? I remember the first time we met, you were so reckless, jumping into things without thinking. I know. I guess I thought I could fix everything that way. But sometimes it's better to step back and let things unfold on their own. Do you regret it? All the decisions we made? I don't think I regret it. There were good moments, even if they were few and far between. And honestly, I'm grateful for the lessons I've learned. Yeah, same here. I don't regret anything either. But I do wonder what could have happened if things had gone differently. What if we had made different choices? We'll never know, but we're here now, right? We've got to accept things as they are and move forward. Yeah, you're right. I guess that's all we can do. And who knows, maybe we'll both find someone else who's right for us. I hope so. I just want to be happy, you know? That's all I really want now. Same. I want that for you too. And for me, I guess. Well, good luck with everything, Katie. I really hope things work out for you. Thanks. You too. Goodbye, Larkin. Take care of yourself. I returned home and resumed my usual life once again. After being discharged from the hospital, Martin went back to his parents' house, and while receiving care from a mental health clinic, is undergoing treatment at home. It seems that realizing his strong delusions and the need for support, he decided to take this approach. I believe that Martin is fortunate to have such good parents. His parents have been incredibly supportive throughout this whole ordeal, and from what I've heard, Martin seems to be gradually regaining his composure. It's said that he won't be making any more advances toward me in the future, which is a relief. I too felt a sense of comfort after hearing the news. I had been worried about how things might develop further, but now I feel I can breathe a little easier. Looking ahead, what I hope for most is that Martin will recover quickly and return to work as soon as possible. It would be ideal if he could also start repaying the money his parents have paid on his behalf. I imagine that both Martin and his parents are eager for him to get back on his feet and resume a normal life. I believe it would not only benefit Martin, but also bring peace to his family. While the situation has been far from easy, I think it's important that he takes responsibility for the expenses and the support he received. After this incident, I went back to my parents' house once. I needed to talk things through with my family again. There were a few things I wanted to reflect on, especially my own feelings. I realized that I had been a bit sulky and stubborn about certain things. I had let my emotions get the better of me, and looking back, I now understand how that might have affected my behavior. I admit that I had a tendency to become fixated on my own feelings and frustrations. It was a moment of self-reflection for me, and I'm glad I went back home to talk things over. I think it was important to clear the air and get some perspective. I don't plan on living with my parents again, though. I think I've outgrown that chapter of my life. I am comfortable with where I am now, and I believe it's best that I continue to live independently. However, I do hope that Katie and I can go out for a meal together sometime soon. We haven't spent as much time together recently, and I think it would be nice to catch up, just the two of us. Our relationship has always been important to me, and I think it would be good for both of us to take a break from everything else and enjoy some time together. Despite everything that happened, I've learned a lot from this experience. At first, it felt like a worst-case scenario with a stalker who had misinterpreted everything. But looking at it now, I can say that things have improved in other areas of my life. The relationship with my family is much better now, and I'm grateful for that. It's funny how something that seems so overwhelming at the time can, in hindsight, lead to positive changes. This whole situation with Martin, though difficult, has led me to reevaluate a lot of things in my own life, especially my family dynamics. It's not easy, but I've come to realize that family can sometimes be the most supportive in moments of crisis. Even though I don't see myself ever returning to live with them, the conversations we had helped me feel more grounded and connected to them than I had been before. They're always there for me, and I'm slowly learning how to express my feelings more openly with them. It was also a good opportunity for me to learn to deal with my own emotions better. I've always been a bit stubborn and sometimes tend to bottle things up, but I'm trying to change that. Talking things through with my parents, especially after this stressful time with Martin, gave me the space to understand myself better. It helped me realize that I don't have to go through tough situations alone, and that reaching out to those who care about me isn't a weakness, it's actually a sign of strength. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to move forward from here. I want to focus on healing and growing, both emotionally and mentally. I'm determined to take better care of myself and be more mindful of the choices I make in the future. The lessons I've learned through these challenges have been valuable, and while I wish some things hadn't happened, I'm ultimately grateful for the growth that's come from it. In the end, I believe that Martin will be fine. His parents have done so much for him, and with their continued support, he'll hopefully be able to get his life back on track. I truly hope he can get back to work soon and start making the necessary changes in his life. As for me, I'm looking forward to continuing my journey independently. There are things I still want to accomplish, both personally and professionally, and I won't let anything hold me back. I know there will always be challenges along the way, but I feel more prepared to handle them now. The past few months have been difficult, but I've come out of it stronger. I'm also glad that my relationship with my family is improving. We've had our ups and downs, but I feel like we've reached a new level of understanding. And although I don't want to live with them again, I'm grateful for the support they've given me. Moving forward, I'm focused on my own personal growth and independence, and I hope that my relationships with the people who matter most to me will continue to flourish. In a way, the ordeal with Martin, as awful as it was at the time, helped me realize what's truly important: family, self-care, and maintaining healthy relationships. It's easy to lose sight of these things when you're caught up in the chaos of life, but this experience has been a reminder of what really matters. And with that, I am ready to face whatever comes next. Reflecting on it all now, I can say that my perspective on the future has changed. I no longer feel the pressure to conform to expectations or go down a path I'm not ready for. I've learned to take each day as it comes and not rush myself. There's no need to have everything figured out immediately. Life is a journey, and I can walk it at my own pace. At the same time, I feel like this chapter has given me a new sense of determination. I know that I'm capable of handling whatever challenges may come my way. Life won't always be easy, but I now understand that I have the strength and support I need to overcome obstacles. This experience has not only helped me learn more about myself, but also shown me how resilient I can be when faced with adversity. With all that I've learned from these experiences, I'm looking forward to building a better future, one where I can fully embrace my independence, where I can enjoy the friendships and relationships that mean the most to me, and where I can focus on being the best version of myself. The road ahead is still uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, I feel ready to face it with a clear heart and mind. I've realized that personal growth doesn't happen in isolation. The people around me, whether they're family, friends, or even acquaintances, play a significant role in how I develop. These interactions, even difficult ones, contribute to shaping who I'm becoming. In particular, the support I received from my family and Katie has been instrumental. It's strange, though, how sometimes it's the most challenging moments that bring us closer to others. The conflict with Martin, though stressful, pushed me to open up more to those I care about. I think that in the future, I will be more honest with myself and those around me about my feelings, needs, and desires. This experience has also reinforced the importance of boundaries. I've learned that setting clear boundaries is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. It's not always easy, and sometimes it's met with resistance, but it's necessary for my own well-being. I've realized that I don't need to let the opinions or actions of others dictate how I live my life. I can assert myself without feeling guilty. I've learned to speak up for myself, and I have come to understand that my needs and feelings are valid. This newfound confidence is something I plan to carry with me as I continue to grow. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you've thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.